Fáilte Roiverish Gubalia Trim. Welcome once again to Trim and to Matt and Michael's lockdown. It's the end of November and there's a real touch of winter in the air. It's a cold, sharp morning here in Trim. And look, there's a heron fishing at the old bridge in Trim. We have the usual mix of items for you this week. I have a poem about another bird, a robin, and a War of Independence poem. Matt does the classic Unchained Melody, and he also visits in song a well-known garden. Paddy has problems with film subtitles in Copenhagen and isn't very pleased with the price of kerosene. But he's captivated by the soothing tones of a tune while on hold waiting for an operator on the phone. And we have a special treat, a special guest, a Trim singer who hasn't sung for us before. So there's a lot to enjoy this week. Here's a poem for this time of year, as we move into winter. It's written by William Allingham, the Ballyshannon, Donegal-born poet who spent a large portion of his life in England. He's probably most famous for his poem, The Fairies, up the airy mountain, down the rushy glen. But this one is called Robin Redbreast. Robin Redbreast by William Allingham. Goodbye, goodbye to summer, for summer's nearly done. The garden smiling faintly, cool breezes in the sun. Our thrushes now are silent, our swallows flown away. But robin's here in coat of brown, with ruddy breast knot gay. Robin, Robin Redbreast, oh Robin dear, robin singing sweetly at the falling of the year. Bright yellow, red and orange, the leaves come down in hosts. The trees are Indian princes, but soon they'll turn to ghosts. The scanty pears and apples are russet on the bough. It's autumn, autumn, autumn late, 'twill soon be winter now. Robin, Robin Redbreast, oh Robin dear, and well away my Robin, for pinching times are near. The fireside for the cricket, the wheat stack for the mouse, when trembling night winds whistle and moan all round the house. The frosty ways like iron, the branches plumed with snow. Alas, in winter, dead and dark, where can poor Robin go? Robin, Robin Redbreast, oh Robin dear, and a crumb of bread for Robin, his little heart to cheer.
Hello everybody, it is a nice bright day here in Trim and it's warm enough indeed outside, acceptably warm. Today's song is from the 1950s or maybe 60s, and it will tax your vocal cords a bit more than it will wear out the leather in your shoes, I suspect, because the tempo is very slow. Called Unchained Melody. It was popularised by, I think it was the Righteous Brothers. I'm sure Michael will correct me if I'm wrong. So why don't we all sing together? Unchained Melody. Oh, my love, my darling, I hunger for your touch. A long, lonely time goes by so I can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, to the open arms of the sea. Lonely voices cry, wait for me, I'll be coming home, wait for me. Oh, my love, my darling, I hunger for your touch. A long, lonely time. Time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. Thank you.
This poem of mine is from my most recent collection, Troubles, and it concerns a British soldier who claimed to be a deserter named John Watt. He was executed by the local IRA in South Sligo as a spy in 1920 and buried in a local bog. In 1962, two men digging turf in the bog uncovered the body. It was given a proper burial in the local cemetery, and the grave is still there, unmarked. Recently, I visited the grave. It's a sad spot, beautiful surroundings, but there's a man lying there whose identity we're not quite sure of. He has never been claimed by anyone, and there's no marker on the grave. John Watt. In June 62, the Tivnan brothers, preparing a turf bank, dug out my mummified body, saw terror in my face after 40 years. My khaki shirt and trousers, my black boots perfectly preserved. The whole skull, the only imperfection. As they gaped, I failed once more in this country air. My flesh faded, leaving uniform on bare bones. News spread. Locals filled gaps. Survivors made statements. In those troubled times, could anyone be trusted? The leaders court-martialed me behind the curtains in the local dance hall. My pleas useless. They sentenced me and in a wild place allowed a brief prayer before execution. then stretched my body in the hurried grave from which I was uncovered, a half-page item in the local paper, a week's wonder. Now I am accepted, allowed to lie beside MacDonagh's, Foley's and O'Rourke's. In a spacious grave at the proper depth, the local priest recited Latin prayers. But still no marker tells my name. No friend or relative knows this spot, and those who know will soon lie near. I am thankful you stopped here, took time to find me out. You who understands the sudden troubles of difficult times, the settling of centuries. And I can hear you pause above, pray for all who suffered, wonder who mourn my passing, if somewhere in a family tree, a photo album, there is a gap, a space empty for me.
We have just received word that the revolutionary forces in Figueria have seized control of the capital, Figueroa. As you know, Figueria is the sole supplier of the dainty figs used in Jacob's fig rolls. Over now to our GPS correspondent, Ali Kifik.
Given all, the revolutionaries are rapidly gaining control of everything. They already have the fig warehouses containing consignments of figs for Jacob. If the revolutionaries carry out threats, refusing to meet the country's contacts with Jacobs, we may have seen the last of the fig rolls. And now, back to the studio!
Thank you. It's hard to believe that we may have seen the last of the Jacob's fig rolls. It looks like an explosive situation.
Hello again. Here's more from my diary. Saturday the 25th of September. Today I shortened my braces. Nothing to do with my teeth now. These braces are for holding up my trousers, which are beginning to hang a bit loose. So I shortened the braces and they're grand now. But the question is, am I getting smaller? Right. Lucy is here on a sleepover tonight, made possible because Rosie has her friend in Summerhill for a sleepover there. Here in Trim, we had a movie night about a teenage girl and her horse. It was in German, I think, dubbed in English, which is rare enough these days. But I suppose they reckon that subtitles might be too fast for an 8-year-old to keep up with. Which reminds me, I was at a movie once in a cinema in Copenhagen. I was working there for a week and there was nothing to do in the evening, so I treated myself to a visit to the cinema. And just as a little aside here, I began to keep a diary every day because there was nothing else to do. And I think it's fair to say that that diary was probably the precursor of this diary, although there is a lot more to it than that. But that's another story which I might get around to telling you sometime. Anyway, back to the cinema in Copenhagen. The movie was in English, a comedy, and it was subtitled in Danish, which is relevant to my story. The subtitles would often appear on the screen before the dialogue was spoken. Excuse me. The problem was the audience could read the joke before I heard the joke, and they were laughing and drowning out the joke so that I couldn't hear it. Well, that was a bags of a night anyway. Back in Trim, pre-movie, Mary and Luce did some shopping, popcorn and treats, and then all lights had to be switched off for the movie in the television room, which led to a big spider being spotted on the wall. I presume he thought it was safe to come out in the darkness. But Luce asked me to get rid of it, and she got me a plastic box which she held under the spider, and then I used a tea towel to gently sweep the spider into the box before releasing him into the wild outside the back door. the first time I've done it that way, and it's a good method. Later, Lucy wanted to see the stars from our house before she went up to bed, but it turned out to be too cloudy. She was standing outside the back door, but when I told her that she was standing on the very spot where I had released the spider, she jumped back inside. Sunday the 26th of September, Rosie joined us for dinner today, and that was really great to have the two of them. That was the first time since Christmas, would you believe? Monday the 27th of September, we ordered a fill of heating oil, kerosene, and we're a bit shocked by how much it has gone up since the last fill in April. 55 cents per litre then to 73 cents per litre now. The girl blamed the carbon tax, including 2 cents only last week. They're obviously busy because it will probably be Wednesday before it's delivered. Saving the planet is a sore business. Wednesday the 29th of September. I rang the insurance brokers to renew our house insurance, which is €617. It took me a while to get through because all our operatives are busy. Well, so am I felt like saying. The good news is that they have a new tune on their waiting system, much better than the old one, which was racy and pumped up. This one is soothing, new age almost, a little Christmassy maybe, even though it's only September. And in fact, I found myself whistling a soothing tune later in the day. Said I to myself, what is that tune? And I whistled it again, this time switching on my awareness. And what was it but Silent Night, a magic moment.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to be with you again. I hope you're all keeping very well, places near and far away like Old Castle, or further away like New Zealand, Australia, Switzerland, United Kingdom, Europe, and everywhere. I hope you're in humour for a bit of a sing song. The song I have in mind was written many years ago, and it was written by a fella called Johnny Patterson. You'll all have heard of Frank Patterson. Well, I don't know whether he was related or not, but the name is the same. Johnny Patterson was born in County Clare in the year 1840. And he died a young man. He was only 49 when he died, God bless him. But this is one of the songs he wrote, The Garden Where the Praties Grow. Now it's lively and lilty, and even the great John McCormick thought it was good enough to be sung by himself. So, have you ever been in love, me boys, or have you felt the pain? I'd sooner be in jail myself than be in love again. For the girl I loved was beautiful, I'll have you all to know. And I met her in the garden where the praties grow. She was just the sort of creature, boys, that nature did intend to walk right through the world, me boys, without the Grecian bend. And did she wear a chignon, I'd have you all to know. And I met her in the garden where the praties grow. Said I, my pretty Colleen, I hope you'll pardon me. She wasn't like them city girls who said you're making free. She looked at me right modestly and curtsied very low. She're welcome in the garden where the praties grow. She was just the sort of creature, boys, that nature did intend to walk right through the world, me boys, without the Grecian bend. Now did she wear a chignon? I'd have you all to know. And I met her in the garden where the praties grow. Says I, me lovely Colleen, I'm tired of single life, and if you've no objection, sure I'll make you my sweet wife. So I'll ask me parents, and tomorrow I'll let you know if you'll meet me in the garden where the praties grow. She was just the sort of creature, boys, that nature did intend to walk right through the world, me boys, without the Grecian bend. Now did she wear a chignon? I'd have you all to know. And I met her in the garden where the praties grow. Her parents, they consented, and were blessed with children 3. 2 girls just like their mammy, and a boy the image of me. And now we're going to raise them up the way they ought to go, out digging in the garden where the praties grow. She was just the sort of creature, boys, that nature did intend to walk right through the world, me boys, without the Grecian bend. Now did she wear a chignon? I'd have you all to know. And I met her in the garden where the praties grow. Now, I hope you did enjoy that. Thank you.
And now the special treat I mentioned earlier. We have a song from Sarah Canny, who's a Trim singer, very well known. She sings regularly in the church, at funerals, at parties, at weddings, and so on. This song is from her CD, Angel by Your Side, which she released a few years ago. The song is actually by Bob Dylan, who's 80 this year, and whose birthday Matt celebrated earlier in the year with a song. So here we have Sarah Canny singing Make You Feel My Love.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. There is no doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I'd go black and blue, I'd go crawling down the avenue. No, there ain't nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The storms are raging on the rolling sea and on the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free, but you ain't seen nothing like me yet. I could make you happy, make your dreams come true. There ain't nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you to make you feel my love. To make you feel my love. To make you feel my love.